Hello everybody, Eva here, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. As I had mentioned on my first Vlogmas video, I wanted to do some videos around cooking and quick meals for those of you that are busy but have to come home at the end of the day and still whip up a good meal for your family. So today I decided to go ahead with my chicken Parmesan recipe, share that with you guys. Again, it's not a homemade recipe necessarily, but it's just little touches that I add, little simple ways that I've been able to make it quick and make it really delicious with what's available to us at the stores. So if you'll give me a minute, I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you the ingredients you need, and then we'll get cooking. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment. And apparently my cat wants you to leave me a comment too, and leave me a big thumbs up. Thanks for joining me, and let's start cooking. Okay, let's talk what you're gonna need. Since it's chicken Parmesan, obviously we need chicken. So we've got here, I've got 3 chicken breasts, that's all I had left. But normally I buy the Perdue boneless chicken breasts that are pre-packaged individually. They're really good. They have a seasoned and unseasoned. I recommend the unseasoned ones. You're going to season them yourself to your liking. And so we've got 3 of these here. Obviously, you want to prepare the chicken, rinse it in your sink or in an area that you're not going to contaminate, other surfaces of the kitchen. So I will be rinsing this in the sink, and usually what I do is I rinse with cold water, and then I disinfect my sink afterwards with some kind of disinfectant spray, be it 4 or 9, fantastic, Lysol, whatever. So we've got the chicken. Today I'm making this with tortellonis. This is the 3 cheese tortellonis. You can also make it with either like a regular pasta, maybe elbow pasta. I'm gonna show you how to make a really quick homemade Alfredo sauce on the side. So it is chicken parm, and I'm making it with cheese tortelloni with my homemade Alfredo. Mozzarella, you can buy any mozzarella that you like. I really love this Argento mozzarella. It's shredded. You can see it, they're like big pieces. So you're gonna need mozzarella. I prefer the shredded Parmesan. This is going to be used for both the chicken Parmesan itself, and it's going to be used for the Alfredo sauce. Mrs. Dash, you can't go wrong with it. It's salt-free, and there's my cat. Apparently he wants to cook as well. It is a salt-free Italian blend seasoning. It's really good. I love Mrs. Dash products. I am a Prego fan, but you can do this with any tomato sauce that you like at home. But I'm going to use Prego, and I'm also going to use Del Monte diced tomatoes, and you'll see what I'm going to do with that. We've got heavy whipping cream. Again, any brand works, and this is going to be for your sauce. For that Alfredo sauce, you're going to need nutmeg. Laurie's garlic powder, my favorite. Obviously, any garlic powder, garlic sauce will work. And we've got salt. Mickey salt. You see, I told you I would drizzle in some Disney stuff here and there. And butter. Lots of butter. I am a person that cooks with butter. Land O'Lakes is my favorite. Obviously, any butter will work. Use your favorite. But you're going to need a lot of butter. You're going to need a pan to put the chicken in. Preheat your oven. I preheat mine to 400, and I've got it on already. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to start with the chicken, which is now rinsed and ready to go. That has to cook the longest. Again, I do my oven at 400. I've got it preheating, and I leave it in there for about 45 minutes. And then I'll show you what we do right before it's done. So we're going to throw in the diced tomatoes first. I do this first actually because my husband doesn't like the tomatoes themselves. He likes the tomato sauce, not the tomatoes themselves. So I put that in first, and that's kind of like your first layer. You're gonna put your chicken on top of that. I'm putting all three in and on top of the diced tomatoes. And then you're going to get whatever your preferred tomato sauce is. In my case, it's Prego. And you're gonna now put that on the chicken. Cover the chicken completely with your spaghetti sauce of choice. Completely covered in there, you can't see it at all. And I just put a little bit of extra of Mrs. Dash on top, just a thin layer right on top of the Mrs. Dash Italian medley. And then we're gonna put that in the oven and wait those 45 minutes or so. And I'll catch you again when we're back. So it's been about 40 minutes now, guys, and I started to cook the tortellinis. And they're gonna boil for about 7-10 minutes or so. In the meantime, while the tortellinis are cooking, and I want you to remember that you can use any other pasta. I chose cheese tortellinis today, but you can use any other pasta. You can use spaghetti, the elbow macaroni, it doesn't matter. But I've already started the tortellini, and then I'm gonna show you how I do the Alfredo sauce. And that's next. So I had this small container of the heavy whipping cream, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the entire small container. It's 1 pint, and that's how I'm gonna make my Alfredo sauce. And you're not gonna cook that on high. You're gonna simmer it, you're gonna leave it on low while the tortellini cooks. You're gonna be doing your Alfredo sauce. And as I had mentioned, it's really easy. So one of the ingredients is nutmeg, and nutmeg gives it just a little bit of a different taste to make it extra good. You just have to sprinkle a little bit. I don't know how to, tell you a teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever. Just sprinkle it in a little bit of the nutmeg. Then you want a little bit of garlic powder. Again, I use Lawry's. Use whatever garlic powder you like. Garlic sauce. Oops, this one is closed. Let me grab an open one. Okay, so just a little bit of garlic powder, not too much. You don't want an overwhelming taste of garlic in there. You're gonna have a little bit of salt. You do it to your liking. A little bit of pepper. Again, to your liking. And then we're gonna add some grated. You can do grated, shaved, doesn't matter. But I'm gonna throw in there some grated Parmesan. And I'm gonna let it just simmer for a while. I'm gonna mix as I go. Not mix. I'm going to stir as I go until that becomes thick. And then I'm gonna add butter. I personally add a lot of butter. I love butter. And butter gives it, I have to learn how to speak apparently. Butter gives it that extra creamy feel also. And I'm just a big fan of the butter taste, so I love that whole combo. So I'm gonna let it sit there for a little bit. Gonna stir as I go. So I'm just gonna stir a little bit. You wanna make sure that the cheese melts nicely in there. It's gonna become a really nice thick cream. You can use margarine if you use margarine regularly. It doesn't matter if it's margarine or butter. I just prefer butter. So butter. I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of butter. And I'm going to stir it some more. And it's already getting a little thicker, as you can see. It's starting to get that really nice creamy look that you want for Alfredo sauce. And I will be putting all of the ingredients on my description below, as well as the instructions on how to cook. I'll remind you guys that you can use any kind of pasta that you want. I'll share all of that in the background, or actually in the description below. Don't forget to pay attention to your pasta. This pasta is pretty much ready. So I'm just gonna leave it in there, but I'm gonna turn off the heat for now while this simmers. And now it's time for your chicken. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put in a little extra cheese. Put some more cheese in there. I may end up putting more cheese. I like it really, really cheesy and really, really creamy. So your chicken, at the end, right before it's time to, you know, bring out the chicken, and right before it's ready, I take it out of the oven, and that's when I add my cheese. So let's leave it right there for right now. I add Parmesan and mozzarella. So with your hands, just add that Parmesan on top. Cover your chicken. A lot or a little, it's really up to you. And this is the shredded Publix cheese. Sometimes I'll buy the shaved. They were out of shaved this time, so I got the shredded. And then on top of that, I'm gonna put the mozzarella. And I'm going with the Sargento shaved mozzarella, just because I really like that texture, and it melts really well. And again, it's up to you how much or how little cheese you put. I don't know of others that put mozzarella. I just love cheese and I love that taste. So I do put both mozzarella and Parmesan. And there we have it. It's going back in now. Oops. And I'm actually going to turn the oven off, but I'm going to leave it in the oven to give that cheese time to melt. I have drained the pasta. My sauce is ready, and it is going in. And you're going to mix it really well, getting all of that Alfredo sauce in your pasta. And there is the tortellini with Alfredo sauce and the chicken Parmesan my way. Obviously I didn't bread it. It was the quick way to make it. It's really, really good, guys. If you decide to try this at home, please leave me a comment. Let me know how it turned out. If you changed it up a bit, share your recipe with us as well. And that's gonna be a wrap. Again, thanks for joining me, and happy Vlogmas Day number 4. Hope you're having a good week.